as much as I appreciate camp and stuff like that, and I am campy at times, I wanted to be someone who really like acknowledged those darker feelings and those darker places, because it wasn't the times that were easy that made me a strong person, it was the times that were tough. I'm Jenna Telz. I'm currently 23 years old. I am from Kelowna, British Columbia. Jenna, she is a spooky queen. She's all about being dark and alternative. My sole source of income is drag, and you know, it's not a lot, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I made my passion my career. She can be a little bit of a bitch, but I think most drag queens can.
Okay, this hair is gonna drive me insane. I wonder if I can use like a lint roller on my skin.
Some of my first looks were like hideous. I got a cheap $10 wig from the dollar store, and I was playing with like mascara. I had no idea what I was doing. I was still fairly new to the scene, so a lot of the queens didn't really know me. They were nice to me, but there wasn't many of them, and they didn't really know me. I performed my first number. I practiced for weeks and weeks, which isn't something I do anymore, unfortunately, but I used to. And I won a crown of Miss Okanagan Drag. Quite an emotional moment in my life, because it was like, I had never felt that validated. It was my first like success as a person after losing so much. I haven't been back here in a long time. Like, I've driven by it, but it's kind of, I feel like I have memories from a different person's life. I was born into the Jehovah's Witnesses. I became very devout as a witness. I was getting minimum of like 30 hours of preaching every month and going door to door, knocking on people's doors. I was, you know, always struggling with the fact that I was gay. I remember having to give sermons against gay people, which was a very hard thing to do. My parents eventually found out that I was with another man, and I was kicked out. It was a really brave moment because I knew what was gonna happen. And when you're disfellowshipped from the Jehovah's Witnesses, no one's allowed to talk to you anymore. And I was left without friends, family, a job at 20 years old. Drag is what, in that time, was the only thing that had any sort of positivity in my life. It was in that kind of context that Jenna came about, that kind of hopeless context of just having nothing, feeling really lost in life, having lost a lot of everything.
Superstars!
That's what we are. Never forget it. When I started doing drag, I'd say like there was about 5 active queens, and now it's like I lose track of people. It's overwhelming at times, like for me to think about how quickly the scene's grown, you know? And
Yeah.
you know, even though it's a new scene, I feel like we've created something really special and really like overall like a very positive environment for a lot of us. Like we keep each other grounded and we're there for each other, and like if something's like going wrong in our lives, it's like, who do I call? I call my sisters, right?
You call one of the drag queens.
Right? And it's just coming from a place like that, knowing that there's other people who will continue to go through what I went through, like, and that I made it through on the other side, and I feel, you know, centered and grounded and happy, and like in my life I feel like I'm going somewhere.
That's right, you better be fucking drunk. Who's drunk? That's awesome. Who loves me?
I love the work that I'm putting in here, and as much as I appreciate, you know, like I know a lot of queens in Vancouver, and I love that they have like such a vibrant scene there, but I want that here, and that's not gonna happen here without the work. So I want to put the work in. I want to build the scene, build the town that I always wish I had, because if I don't, as Kelowna grows, we're not going to have a gay scene, a drag scene, or anything. But when people in the audience come up to me and they're like, fuck, that was awesome, you know, whether they be women, men, gay, straight, trans, cis, I don't care, you know, people feel empowered by drag, and like it did help me. But what I really care about is what I do with it.
There's so many times, like, like basically after every show, I'm always in tears, like when I get home, just because I feel so blessed. It makes me feel like I was so close to not being here and not doing these things, and I'm happy that I am.